Hello everyone, this is me xplogamer. Welcome to the part 2 of Crazy Auto Devlog. Sorry for the late upload, there was a lot of things going on in my life. Anyways, no more time to waste, let's jump right into it. So last time we made the auto rickshaw and also a customer pickup system, but we were moving around in a solid plane and there was nothing to see. This time we're actually gonna make a city and further develop the game. So this is the city that I created in Blender. I downloaded the building models from Sketchfab and I made the terrain and the road and connected them all together to make it a city. Now I know it's not that big, but it's what I could make in 2 weeks. Now this is the city area and you can see there's a lot of apartments, and here is the small houses. As you can see, the road is not so good, but it can be used as a shortcut. You can use that to save time in the game as long as you don't hit anywhere. These are some other apartments, and there is a mall. This is a tunnel, and in the higher ground we have some rich houses and a school. Now I can't say this is an accurate representation of India. You can take this as a fictional place. So now I've imported the map to Unity. I added a skybox and I think it looks pretty good. Just some texture issues here and there. I'll just fix it up. Now let me adjust the size of the city according to the auto, because we don't want the auto to be too big or too small. This is too big.
That's what she said.
Okay, I think this is the correct size. On importing to Unity, I realized that there was a lot of issues in my map. This is not at all drivable. I gotta modify it in Blender and re-import it. After a lot of messing around, I finally found the right values for everything. I used the same water texture as this fountain for the river I intended to make here. I just created a plane and gave that texture. It doesn't look that good, maybe I'll change it later. Then I set up all the collider for the buildings and all, and it seems to be working fine. Now one thing that helps in making the map feel big is fog. Not that fog. Old games used to have a lot of fog to make the map appear a bit bigger, and also because of its hardware restrictions, and that's why the definitive edition looks so bad without the fog. Now I don't want to add too much fog because it spoils the beauty of the game. I think I'll set this to like 300 or 400. Yeah, that's better. I've set a boundary for the edge of the map. I just placed a collider there and also placed a sign so the player will be warned that this is the end of the map. The water looked too boring, so I decided to download the water from Unity Asset Store, and now it looks much better. I gave it a green color because it reminds me of the backwaters here in Kerala. Alright, so the map is now set. Now we just need to implement the customers and the money system. Here's the customer we used in the previous video. She got stuck in the road. Let's just help her. Let's set up the new drop-off locations around the map. These are not gonna be random places. Some might want to go to the mall, some might want to go to the bridge, and some might want to go to their house. So let's just place it accordingly. So right now in our customer script, it just chooses a random location, but that could even be a location that is very near to the customer. That shouldn't happen. There should be a minimum distance. So I told ChatGPT to modify the script so that the customer always chooses a drop-off location which is further than the minimum distance. Okay, let's test it out. Let's go pick up our customer. Wait, what? Hey lady, that's not the seat.
Yes, queen, slay.
Okay, I think I fixed it now. Oh, never mind. Okay, so now when she enters the auto, she's gonna choose a drop-off location which is higher than the minimum distance, and the minimum distance I set as 120. So here, as you can see, it's printed below. She chose a drop-off location which is at the distance of 145, and the next time she chose a distance of 125. Great, so that's working. Now I want the customer to spawn at random parts of the map, not just a fixed place. So let's ask ChatGPT to make a customer spawning script. What the script does is that it's gonna choose any of the spawn points I've given randomly and then spawn the customer there. So at a time there should be a maximum of 5 customers, and once I've dropped a customer, that customer will get destroyed when I move away from them and a new customer is spawned somewhere far away from me. So I pasted the code. Now let's test it out. Okay, here's our customers, and there is the 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the 5th one? Okay, found the 5th one. So I told ChatGPT about this and it made sure that no 2 customers spawned in the same place. Now let's see if the customer gets destroyed after we drop her. So this is her after I dropped her. Now let's move far away from her. Yep, she got destroyed. And now a new customer is spawned. As you can see, the customer number is still 5. So somewhere far away from us, a new customer was spawned. This will keep on going. Now we need to add the money system. Now, what's a taxi simulator without money?
Hello, I like money.
What inspired you to build a second Krusty Krab right next door to the original?
Money.
So I told ChatGPT to make a script called Money Manager, and it will manage all the money as the name suggests. So it will have a function to increase and decrease money. This function will be called by the customer whenever the fare ends. Now let's create a text for displaying the money. I wanted to use the rupee symbol, but Unity did not support the rupee symbol. I told it to ChatGPT and it was no help. So in the end, I just created a rupee symbol in Paint and used that as an image along with the money text. Now in order to create the auto fare, I think we need to do some calculations here. It's gonna be very high level. First of all, there will be a minimum charge of 50 rupees for the first 120 meters, and then each 10 meter will contribute to 15 rupees additional. So that means the equation will be distance minus 120 into divided by 10.
2 hours later.
Yeah, so this is the equation we're gonna need to calculate the fare. Now let's test it in our game. So this customer wants to go at a distance of 201 and we got rupees 172 as fare. Now let me do some quick calculations. So 201 minus 120, which is the minimum distance, and divided by 10 gives us 8 into 15. That's 121. Wait, am I missing something? Oh wait, I forgot to add the minimum 50 rupees charge. Okay, now it's 171.5, which got rounded off to 172. Yes, so my calculations are all correct. Thank you all the maths teachers who taught me. So next thing I wanted to add is a timer. This keeps on decreasing, and when you pick up a customer, the time increases by 20 or 30 seconds, depends on the distance. When the timer hits 0, it's game over, and I made a camera animation for the game over. This is gonna play during that. Now one thing that was missing from all my previous 3D games was camera collision. I was not able to implement it. Even ChatGPT couldn't give me a nice script for that. Camera collision is when the camera adjusts itself closer to the player when there's an obstacle between the camera and the player, so that the camera does not clip through any wall or something like that. This is used in almost every 3D game from a long time. I had tried implement it in the GTA game, but it wasn't working. But this time I found this tutorial. I gave a screenshot of the code to ChatGPT and told it to implement it in my camera script, and now the collision is actually working. I couldn't believe my eyes. I've been trying to do this for a long time. Shout out to Filmstorm. Thank you bro for this. Now the basic part of our game is done. The timer is implemented and the money system. Now one thing I want to change is this pink marker. As you can see, that's not very appealing. So I created a GTA style mission marker. I just went to Blender and made a cylinder. I made this gradient texture and applied on it. I modified the script so that it appears only when it is selected as the drop-off location. And now that's done. It looks perfect. I also gave an arrow sign on top of the customer so that you notice them quickly. Now the game's almost done, but one thing you might have noticed is all the customers look the same. So we have to add a variety of customers. So I went to Sketchfab to search for Indian models, and to my surprise there were actually quite a few of them and they were free. Wait, is that? But they were really hard to animate, so I had to rig them again. Unlike the Mixamo models I had, there was a woman model with a sari. This was the toughest one to animate. Like bruh, how do people animate sari? No wonder why Indian game industry is not progressing. The West people just need to animate a pant and shirt. We have to do sari and dhotis. I wasn't able to fix that animation, so what I did was I just edited the texture and made both the layers same. So now it doesn't look that bad. It's still the same animation, but I just changed the texture. Some other models had even worse problems, so I ended up dropping them. I also gave an animation for the objective marker, and now I think it looks better. Now I just want to add some audio and stop it for now. I asked ChatGPT how to implement it. It told me to find an engine sound and it will increase the pitch when it accelerates. I found an auto-rickshaw sound and added it to the game. I also gave a hit sound effect when the auto hits something and added some music. You can mute this music by pressing M. And that's it for this video. I hope you guys like it. I've uploaded the game on my itch.io page. You can play and test the game for yourself and tell me your opinions in the comments below. If this video hits 2000 likes, I'll also upload an Android version. So yeah, that's about it. Subscribe if you like my content. See you guys in the next video.